My father is Libyan, my mom is Turkish. I lived most of my life in Libya. I was incredibly studious and very obedient to my family, was really insecure, very sensitive, and thought a lot about what others might think of me. One day, my father goes to a business trip to another city in Libya, and the next day, 2011, Libyan civil war started. Me, my mother, and my brother, we were all alone in our apartment, which was located in the war zone. We would switch off the lights, and we would just hear people screaming and shouting and the awful sounds of guns. I was in such a state of shock that I blocked everything out of my mind. One day, we saw on the TV that the Turkish government decided to send rescue ships to Libya. So my mom thought it's a perfect opportunity to escape the war. But my brother wasn't convinced, and he wanted to stay and fight. The ships would come one by one. They come and they go, they come and go, until only one rescue ship left in the port. The next morning, we got on the ship, and my brother stayed behind. It took us 2 weeks to arrive. Since it was the last ship, there was 1,200 people in a ship that its capacity is 500. So we only ate rice at morning so everyone else would be able to eat. I remember when we finally arrived to Turkey, I took a breath and I looked to my mom, and we knew that we finally arrived to a safe place. And I remember that moment that I regained my freedom, not only physically, but also mentally. I felt like I was a new person, someone who didn't fear the future, someone who didn't care about what other people might say this is right or this is wrong. It was me. And this time, I was sure that I would not allow anyone to interfere with what I want to live my life and how I want to live it. So I applied for a bunch of schools and I got accepted. I can never forget the moment when I entered the international department and they had like this big map full of pins. And they told me those pins represented the students that are enrolled within the university. And Libya didn't have any pins. So I picked a pin, I placed it in Tripoli, Libya. It was a great feeling. I knew that it was just the beginning.